Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's the Colts going up against the Browns.
Thank you, Larry. From the shores of Lake Erie, EA Sports has coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken very short. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6". First carry from Matt Days, and he'll lose. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff him in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly
I don't want to know.
that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
Throw here out of the gun, and his throw here is incomplete. They were looking the way of Decker that time, and now it's third down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. He'll look to throw. It's complete to Grant. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. This is Days. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
2nd down following the run. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this one complete to Kenny Lawler. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, Setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clear.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
They'll go again with Days. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Well, that's the way you want to get an opening drive going, right? Because so often it's a tone setter. And I think even better when you're able to pick it up and convert with a running play. Because the last thing you want to do is play what I call rocket football. 1, 2, 3, kick.
And that'll set him back 5. So the penalty by the offense, and now they face a 1st and 15. Here's Days. Open space inside the 10. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That good for 19 and a first down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. He's at the 30, the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Well, there you go. They gave up a score to start the game, and as quick as they could get it back, they did on the return.
And people talk about this all the time, whether you're coaching it, whether you're trying to work on it, whether you're just trying to put in the minds of your players. Attack back as fast as you can after giving up a score. No quicker way than on a kick return.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, A 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
Here we go.
They'll set up a throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dewan Smoot in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. I was waiting for them to get there first because the momentum they carry from last week, unbelievable. They had a snowman, 8 sacks.
You were surprised that it took this long, and this isn't that long, truthfully. But here's the thing. If you've seen that on tape, your offensive line is going to have to ask for help. Tight end has to stay in. If you use a fullback, keep him in. Make sure you have extra people to try and keep your quarterback upright. Didn't work on that play.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
On the carry, it's Days. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And they'll get to this and down it inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. A first carry now for Paul Perkins. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They go with Perkins again. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback. And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. Dalton here from the gun. A bullet throw, but incomplete. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And Lawler has it over the middle. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They'll look to throw. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. So just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, second down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Let's go!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Out of the gun now on third down. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
They'll run with days. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
And before they can run another play, the clock hits triple zeros. And time is up on the first quarter. 7-6 our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. Oh, this is a complete mishit. It's no good. Didn't even get it there. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
The drive starts with a run by Perkins. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. And on third down, the Colts have added an extra defensive back.
Flooding the passing lanes.
Passing, it's Dalton. And this one is incomplete.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. Here's Andy Lee now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fielded at the 43. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Hey, rookie, that's the way to make an impression. Return one for a touchdown.
Yeah, welcome to the party. We saw him fielding those punts before the game, and he just had a little bit of a look in his eye, didn't he?
He did. He was a confident young man, and now we know why.
Here's Hauschka for the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And this is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
They'll let Perkins carry to start the drive. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Dalton throwing on second down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it third down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Third down from the gun, Dalton. Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Browns move back within a couple of the lead. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
Butker now to add the extra point. And this is up and good. It brings them within a point now. It's 14-13. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
And a lot of that is pride because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
And he probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight. He's got a man complete. A huge play that time for the Colts. And even 40 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. Got a man complete. This is Richard Rodgers. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Now Hausch could attack on the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
It's second down. Dalton looking. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Robert Kimdichie able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Browns on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Here's Andy Lee now, as he's on to punt for Cleveland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 33. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. A little educational piece. I know a lot of people here, 3-4, 4-3, etc. Take us through the 4-3, Charles.
Okay, 4-3. 4 down defensive linemen, usually 2 defensive tackles, 2 defensive ends. Behind them, the 3. Those are the linebackers. The middle linebacker, often known as the Mike, with 2 outside linebackers, the Sam and the Will. There's your 4-3.
Sam on the strong side, Will on the weak side. The Colts on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, he'll force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Here's Dalton. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Second down, Dalton. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
Here's Perkins on first down. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Dalton, and he fires one, but incomplete. Andy Dalton going to stay on the field. They're going to try and go for it on 4th down. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. Dalton operating in the red zone now. And this is caught at the end. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Johnny Holton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns move back within a couple of the lead.
As they began this last drive, things weren't exactly looking up for this offense. But after what they just did, putting the ball in the end zone, that took them away from the brink of possibly being knocked out of this game.
Butker on for the PAT. And this is now a 1-point game. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Butker now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Complete here to Lawler. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Looking to throw. Complete left side, the tight end Rodgers. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. More from Cleveland after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
I know we're just in the second quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his second drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. The Colts on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6.
Let's go! 3-19!
He'll look to throw. Completes it to Davis. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. That'll go for only 17 yards on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward? And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over, and we'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dalton. That's complete. The former basketball star, Rico Gathers. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. 1st and 10 for Dalton. And he's got some space here. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A gain of 32 that time. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass. To throw again. Dalton. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're taking a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
The throw to the left side caught by Coleman. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry?
All right, Brandon, back to you guys in a minute. But first, it's indeed time for our EA Sports halftime report. The Browns trail at home at halftime. The Colts have come in and looked good as the road team. And will just keep trying to play hard and maintain the lead going forward. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Colts on 1st and 5. Trent's got the reception and is going to be caught for the touchdown. The Colts go up by 1. Hauschka's got it on the teeth. The return will start from the 49. And he'll take this all the way for the touchdown. Lee's back to punt it away. Decker's going to try for the return, and he's gone as he sprints to the end zone, which takes the lead to 8. Now early in the second quarter, quick pass is complete, and it leads to a touchdown. This cuts the deficit to 1. 1st and 10. Decker's going to make the catch deep downfield, and he'll eventually be brought down, but not before getting to the 32-yard line. Colts later on the drive. Decker's by himself here, and 13 yards later, he'll go in for the score. The lead now at 8. Now 1st and 10. Nice work to make the catch in double coverage. And he caps off the 6-play drive with the score. Browns trail now by 1. Now waning seconds of the half. Here we get a quick pass and completion, and he ends up at their own 31-yard line before he stopped on the play. We're set up for a great second half, so let's get you out to it. Here's Brandon Guyton.
This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Throwing again. Dalton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. They'll give Perkins running left. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
To throw on second down. Dalton. And this is incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
The Browns on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Dalton here from the gun. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And now a high kick trying to pin them back. And this is picked up by the Browns.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us a ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Dalton, 1st and 10. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? On the give, it's Perkins. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ingram. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. The first down throw coming for Dalton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Linval Joseph able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
And this offense on 3rd down today, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Operating from the gun, Dalton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Looked like they had a window to get that in there, but a good job rallying defensively.
Excellent timing, no pass interference. The hit jars it loose, and now they force them into a decision. Do you go for it on 4th down or kick the field goal?
And this is not even going to get there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the 2nd half. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
First down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, Rodgers has it. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Second down now after the pass completion. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's got Decker, left side. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 6 there on first. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
Let's go! Green, 39!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Decker again the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Let's go! Gun!
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking for Decker, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Getting ready to go again. Here's Andy Dalton marching back onto the field. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Stop right there. Heavy.
On 2nd down, Perkins trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain that time, but it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Yeah, that'll cross midfield here, not by much. Out of bounds just on the other side of the 50. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. That's
going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Colts on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw here. And able to find Decker. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
To throw now on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Rodgers. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Let's go!
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
But it was stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. He'll drop to throw. And he's got it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Richard Rodgers, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts add on to their lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
And with that, the lead is up to 8. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Dalton. And this one's incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to it?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass.
But that's caught at the 25. A gain of 39 that time. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Love the effort. Love the dramatics. Getting the feet down. How about a little step shuffle along the sideline there? Almost like a great ballet dancer or a tap dancer. All for no gain, though?
I was going to say, it's so pretty, and it gets you nothing.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now a carry here for their fullback. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And it's off the crossbar. Oh, he couldn't even get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, and it's his 3rd missed field goal of the game, much to the displeasure of this home crowd, some of whom are heading for the turnstiles.
And unfortunately for him, he'll be a hot topic of discussion on talk radio in the week ahead. But I think this goes beyond him. This has really not been the greatest of performances from the top to the bottom.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Decker, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there. They run a draw here on 2nd down. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Marcel Darius in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Oh, it's a wobbler here. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams be some of the best kickers in the world can miss.
Free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. And he rifles one incomplete.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 10. Dalton sets up play action. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. And he whips that one incomplete there. 3rd down. The Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And he can't bring it in. Incomplete. He dropped it on the crossing route. 4th down now.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 40, the 30, 20, 10, 5, and all the way down to the 9. A big play there for Indy. 71 yards. And from the 9-yard line now, it's 1st and goal. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Looking to throw. And that is incomplete here. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
They're going to look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will bump the lead up to 11. So a big one there as that gives them a little cushion.
And you know, here in the fourth quarter, the fact that they were able to bleed some time off the clock and put points on the board, even if it's only 3, that could turn out to be the drive that ultimately wins them the game.
Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Perkins. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it's a second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Dalton throwing on second down. And he fires one incomplete. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, he's got a... Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Hauschka now for the extra point. And this is off the crossbar, but it makes it over anyway. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. On 1st and 10, Dalton, and he slings one that's incomplete. 2nd down now after the incompletion. To throw again, Dalton. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 3rd down. 8 yards still remaining here on third down. From the gun, Dalton. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Pass interference. Defense.
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
And that is incomplete. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Throwing again. Dalton. A dump off to the flat for Perkins. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
This will be Dalton again. Hard throw, incomplete. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. And it'll be Dalton again. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on fourth down. They're now 1 for 3 on fourth down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on fourth down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually you have fourth down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And he'll give it here to his running back. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. A give to the fullback on the dive. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Partner's not just a little slot receivers, get a little trepidation going across the middle. Even the big guys, even guys like a tight end, they got a little concern going across there, going through the briar patch.
Maybe hearing some footsteps, getting a little gator arm. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down.
Watch right, watch right, watch right.
To throw again. Dalton. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Okay, let's decide here. He was open, right? Not extraordinarily open, but open enough that if you're an NFL quarterback, you got to make that throw, right?
Yeah.
That's got to be complete.
9 times out of 10, that's a completed pass.
Yeah, he missed that one and missed it in a bit.
It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Final score now on our NFL scoreboard. And it was the Patriots that wound up winners in that one. If they can hold on to that lead to the end, it would up their win total to 7. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. Oh, did the Browns get it? I think so, yes. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. And, Charles, in this situation, this is where the word miracle comes into play.
Have to score real fast, maybe throw a jump ball in the end zone, and hope for the best.
2nd and 10. Dalton once more. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Despite only needing 1, Dalton to throw. He finds Coleman. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Dalton operating in the red zone now. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. They were looking to find space there for Paul Perkins. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And on 2nd and 10 now. Throwing again. Dalton. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, Tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And again, Andy Dalton to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, Ravens said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Another chance for Dalton. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Barry Church. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game. The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Colts, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Cleveland.